Should we start with From Darkness and work our way up?
Oh, go on then.
Because you hate me, Luke. You hate me. You made me watch episode 2 of From Darkness.
Yeah, From Darkness is the Anne-Marie Duff show that Gary picked as his pick of the week because he liked Anne-Marie Duff. Fair enough, so do we. And then we watched it. Matt and I watched the first one. We thought it was pretty. I mean, I really disliked it. Matt could see merit in it.
Yeah.
And Gary hadn't seen it for various reasons, and then sent us a tweet together. Didn't have the guts to tweet it out on his profile. Just sent us a tweet together.
Well, that's still on my profile.
No, you have to look for it to find it. But anyway, I love From Darkness.
If you follow me, you would have seen that tweet.
Yeah, no, you have to follow all of us to see it.
No.
Yes, that's how Twitter works.
No.
Yes.
Anyway,
do you not know how Twitter works?
Well, how is it then I see other people's responses?
You follow them both.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but would you be able to see it because you would be able to see Luke's responses?
Yes.
You'd have to click on then reply,
exactly. So if they don't follow you two, they won't have seen it. Oh, well, I didn't know that, so I didn't do it on purpose.
Let's just hang on. Let's just see. Just to, put this to bed once.
I was like an early adopter of Twitter. I feel bad now.
Gary joined Twitter in January 2009.
Yeah.
That's
That's 7 years ago almost.
Yeah, but you didn't know how it works.
Well, originally, you had to have a phone number attached to Twitter, and it was like a text thing. Or we think it was. There was something to do with texting.
That's not.
Well, me and the other person that joined it. I was on Twitter first.
Me and Stephen Fry.
Yeah, me.
You're talking about a fax machine. So he sent this tweet out that said, "I've just seen From Darkness. I love it. You too know nothing about television." And it actually really annoyed me because for me there was no merit in this at all. There was nothing to love. And before Gary gets on the bandwagon about why it was good, Matt, what did you honestly think of the second episode of From Darkness?
Just dull, really. And I don't
Relentlessly
understand.
Dull.
There are certain things about it I don't understand. Why she sort of suddenly got into cop mode straight away. I mean, we're meant to believe she wasn't a police detective for very long because she was really young when she left in like the 90s. Secondly, what is she taking pills for? Is it to stop having hallucinations of dead prostitutes?
Well, we all do that, let's be honest.
Speak for yourself.
And I don't believe her with either Richard Rankin or Johnny Harris. No. I don't believe it. The only thing I really like is Luke Newbury, and he just sort of disappears after 10 minutes.
And he's woefully underused, isn't he? We're halfway through, and literally nothing has happened.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. They've reopened the investigation. They've found more evidence. There's nothing.
I tell you what I felt. Everything that happened in episode 2 could have happened in episode 1 if they'd have not been so up themselves. What was there about this for you to love? You used the word love.
I will try my best. I realise I've got a tough crowd, so I'll try my best. I particularly like the fact that actually you did not jump straight into the fact that there had been something. You actually got a bit of room for characters to breathe. You got a little.
I disagree already. There's no characters in From Darkness.
Okay. Well, I like Anne-Marie Duff. I think she's a very good actress, and I think she's very good in this. I think it's fairly obvious that she's taking medication because of the trauma. So, whatever happened, which I agree we have not learned everything about, but I think it's clear to me.
But do you not think that is such a cliche, the cop with the past?
Yeah, of course it is.
In this case, this is why literally runs away from.
But this is why we're drawing her back in.
It's paint by numbers, though, isn't it?
No, I disagree. But again, you guys are entitled to your opinion in the same way.
But it is, Gary. Yeah. It's cop running away from past, dodgy relationship with former partner who she was having an affair with, who still fancies her and is having trouble with his wife.
Name me those other shows where this is a female detective that happens to.
Oh, come on.
Name them.
Prime Suspect.
Prime Suspect.
Fine,
the Killing
that was 20 years ago.
The Killing.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't mean they have to redo it.
No, what part of The Killing? She's an active police officer in the first episode of The Killing.
And even Saga Norrin's a bit, affected by what happened to her.
Not that she's left the force, that similar character is what we're saying. Not,
she's got that
not someone who's physically left the force.
No, sure, but the idea of a police officer being broken or damaged comes up in other shows that we'll be talking about in the moment. What's important is, yes, she was not a detective. She was actual constable. who was drafted in to help with a specific investigation because they needed a woman to help with a vice investigation. Her being damaged, she's not. It's not a. She left. She's not still working through her demons. She left the police force.
She's making biscuits now.
Well, that's fine, but
Okay.
that fair enough. I agree. Is a little bit.
But I don't.
They come up with something to show that something happened in her life, that meant that she left her job. She couldn't carry on. But
You fascinate me because I find this. I like stuff with a bit of grit and a bit of oomph to it. I find this just relentlessly dull and depressing.
I'll echo what Luke said about sort of the second or third episode of Dr. Foster. It all just feels like it's been written. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rather than these are actual characters, I'm just looking at it as a script. Saying words rather than I can't believe, because we're saying Anne-Marie Duff, we're saying Johnny Harris. I don't even know the character's names.
Claire, her name is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right, but I think that's a bit harsh because I struggle with names, as you well know, so I don't know that you need to.
But I just think I've no investment in any of these characters.
What was the name of Keeley Hawes' character we talked about earlier?
Lindsay Denton.
Damn, I'm asking you two, aren't I? I think the thing that I would say is that I like the fact that it was slow. She's now re-intrigued by this case so that she's enjoying, getting back into it. Okay, those things are happening not at a pace which it would happen in real life, but then it's a TV show. They have only been given 4 episodes or written 4 episodes. Yes, I agree that they could have sped up episode 1, but I think I liked the fact that it took time to draw her back in.
I liked that though, but everything after that, I liked all the stuff in Scotland, but after that, I just...
Biggest problem is some shows you watch and you're immersed in, like Matt says, and some shows you watch as if you're watching them through a pane of glass and you're not involved in it at all. That final episode of Dr. Foster, I may as well have been sat at the dining table with them. I was so into it.
Yeah,
but I think you only got there because of the journey you'd done on the previous 4 episodes as well.
Well, no, but Luke loved the first episode.
If you two can stomach the next 2, and obviously